Good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right. So I had a crisis with my animals this morning. Everybody went batshit crazy. So I had, needless to say, I was girl interrupted this morning. But my morning did start great. I did a great fascia release. Oh my God, just releasing all that stuff out of my muscles and tissues. Oh my God, it was great. Um, but I promised y'all I was gonna share the story from the other day, Monday. So I wake up and I didn't know if I was under some type of psychic spiritual attack or was it just me? You know what I'm saying? Either way, it was me, boy, at the end of the day. Because anything that's happening to you outwardly is coming from within. The inside, all right, as within, so without. So whatever I was feeling inside was happening or was being mirrored back to me from uh, my reality, okay? Because we learn that, right? Okay. So I know that in order to stop whatever was happening, I had to recenter myself and find some peace. Okay. And then I also felt like there was some static interference between me and my spirit team. So anyway, I get to work, and it's raining Monday. I get to work, and it's a little drizzle. I finished something I was doing. I'm like, it's a park across the parking lot from where I work. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go in this parking lot. There's in this parking walk. I don't care if it's raining. And so I goes out there. I'm just gonna give y'all angel message today. I think, depending on what kind of time I got after this story. But anyway, so I'm walking. I'm walking up the hill in the park, and it's like I say, it's like a mist. All right. And so as I'm getting up there, this now I can hear spirit because at first I felt like I wasn't hearing my spirits clearly. So I heard go have a seat on the bench, take your shoes off. So I went up there, got to the top of the hill, took my shoes off. Like I say, it's raining, it's misting, it had been raining pretty hard, so the ground is wet outside of the mist, all right. So I took my shoes off, raised my pants leg up. Just like going over there and standing in grass. So I go and stand in the grass. As I'm standing in the grass, I'm spreading my toes and feeling the grass between my toes. And Spirit say, go ahead, cry. Go ahead and cry. And I felt it. It was welling up inside. You know what I'm saying? It had been welling up inside for days. But I probably since that full moon. Anyway, and I went to, my eyes started watering, and the next thing you know, a couple tears fell. All right, and then the mist went from the mist turned into a drizzle. All right, and so now I feel like me and Gaia is sharing a moment. So I start crying even harder, and it started raining even harder. And thankfully, it didn't start like thunder because I probably would have ended up, thunderstorming because I probably would end up doing the ugly cry. But I was crying. It's like we was having a cry battle because it was raining hard as hell, and I was out there just tears. I couldn't stop it. I didn't know if I was getting wet from my tears or was the rain. But anyway, there was a tree. There was several trees, but they all small. Like I would say, they like teenage trees. So we say, go on over there and take shelter under the tree and get that tree a hug. All right. So I goes over there and I'm giving the tree a hug. But first of all, I kind of went against it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta drink this. This is my new medicine. Green smoothie. After you get your body, if you do a cleanse, and you get a lot of stuff out. Once you get a lot of stuff out, you gotta immediately start replacing, okay, your nutrients. Anyway, so you won't get fatigued and burnt out or whatever. Anyway, so I go. So Spirit say, go on over there and hug that tree, and take shelter and go hug the tree. And I was looking at the trees that I had to choose from. I'm like, they some teenagers, because they weren't full grown trees, but they was, they was making their way. They was some teenagers or some early adults. You know what I'm saying? And the Spirit say, well, and so in my mind, because I'm a tree. First of all, I'm a professional tree hugger. I've been a tree hugger, bush, and I'm finna say bush bitch. I've been a bushman or bushwoman for a long time, ever since I was a little girl. You know what I mean? I've always been, yeah. I guess my mom used to always say I was her hippie baby. All right, so anyway. I was always barefoot, first person jump in the car with no shoes on, and we get to where we going, and everybody be looking like, "Where's your shoes?" And I been left them at home, so it got to the point I had to. They started making me stay in the car to punish me for always running out the house with no shoes on. So anyway, back to the tree. So I say, that's a teenager. So in my mind, this tree, we can't do no wisdom. The tree ain't gonna be able to give me no wisdom. So Spirit say, but the tree can still do what it do. Part of tree hugging is that it's changing energy. So I needed to get a lot of stuff that had come bubbling up from the surface. I mean, from the core, and it was coming out, and the tree, hugging a tree, will pull it out of you. It will distract it out of you, and in exchange, it will give you its good energy. You know what I mean? Good healing energy. So yeah, I went over there, and I did an exchange with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hugging the tree like it's my man just came home from war. I'm telling you, I'm crying, and I'm hugging that tree, and there was a heat. That felt, because it was kind of cool that day, but I felt a warmth, that energy flow that built up between my body and the body of this tree, and and I'm feeling safe, and like it felt like the tree was hugging me back. All right, and so then the rain starts subsiding, and I felt like that was my cue. I could let the tree go. And I was thanking the tree so much, you know what I'm saying? Because I was feeling so much better. And I looked at the tree and I was like, you know what? You're a good looking tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. I appreciate you. And so as I'm leaving, walking away from the tree, I'm thinking I'm going to go put my shoes on. And so where I was at, it was a soccer field. All right. And the soccer field, okay. The soccer field, I just heard give y'all another chord. Some more chords. So the soccer field, I walked over and into the middle of the soccer field, because that's where I was in. I was at the soccer field. I'm sorry, y'all, I got distracted because I'm trying to listen and tell a story. So I goes over to the middle of the soccer field. In between the two goals, I'm standing. I found my point, and like I say, the rain has subsided. The clouds are changing from rain clouds to just regular clouds. All right, and so as I got in the field, and I'm trying to find the perfect spot to land. You know how, if anybody is animal lover, you know how a dog just keep on sniffing around trying to find that perfect poop. Did you hear that? Can y'all hear the dogs barking? That dog was right on cue. They ain't trying to co-sign my damn story. Anyway, so I'm walking around in circles, trying to find the perfect spot to lay down, and drop my shit in. You know what I mean? So finally I did it. I laid down and I spread out like sort of like I was getting ready to make an angel in the snow. Well, I'm spread eagle like an angel, but I'm trying to make an angel in this this beautiful bed of green grass. I mean, the whole field was beautiful. Anyway, and as soon as I laid down, the sun came out. When I tell you, it was like on cue. As soon as I laid down, the sun came out, and the spot that I landed or where I stopped at, the sun was shining directly over me. So I had to put my ball cap, take my baseball cap off, and put it on my face. So I'm just laying there, and I'm doing box breathing. I'm doing my work. You understand? And I felt like it got to a point where, I mean, I could hear the blades of the grass blowing in the wind, the birds is chirping in the background. You know what I'm saying? The wind. I'm listening to the wind. I'm all in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even trying to. It just happened. You know what I mean? And it was like, a crescendo building up. It was like, and right before it hit its peak note, like it's like, and then I heard, "Excuse me," with a little soft voice. All right, and it was so my crescendo went from, you know what I mean, and it was this little old white lady. She's like, "Excuse me," and I like I said, I had came to this abrupt pause, and she said, "Excuse me." And so I moved my head off my face, and I'm looking like One Eye Willie because, the sun glaring, so I only got one eye open. And I'm like, "What's up?" And she like, "Are you okay?" And I sat up, and I paused for a minute before I answered her. And then she said again, "I just want to make sure you okay." And I was like, and the biggest smile came over my face. And I was like, "Yeah, yes, thank you for checking on me." You know what I'm saying? So, that made me feel so good. So when she started walking away, I heard, "Now get your ass up." Like Spirit, like, "Now get your ass up." And so as I'm walking away, Spirit is explaining. That's when Spirit started explaining to me, like, remember, you're gonna always go through things. You're gonna always, everything ain't gonna be rainbows and sunshine all the time. There are gonna be rainy days where you got to go in and battle some old, shadows or demons or whatever it is. But trust and believe the sun will come out, tomorrow or whatever. The sun, this too shall pass. You got your tools. My tools was, I knew what to do. I knew to go outside and ground myself. You know what I'm saying? And to do an exchange and release the energy with the tree, and then ground myself. You know what I mean? So, and the fact that the lady came over to ask me if I was okay, that was the universe sending a messenger, to make me speak out loud to say, "Yes, I'm okay." Because otherwise it was that limerence where the thoughts is cycling and cycling back and cycling back. And so when that lady came over and asked me, "Or am I okay?" it grounded that as my truth, because I spoke it out into the universe. And not only did I speak it into the universe, I spoke it to someone. You know what I mean? So that's the moral of the story. You got your tools. You got your tools. There's no way at this point of your journey that anything should put his foot on your neck. All right? All right. Finally, you got the power. I got the power. Getting kind of hit. Or whatever you're saying. Okay. So that is the story. What time is it, y'all? It's 10:04. All right, I'm gonna look that up. Or you look it up, 10:04. But I got the angel number for you, and I wanted to do sacred forest because I'm speaking about being in nature. All right, nature is your friend right now, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, the nature spirits are trying to help, or they're here to assist us. All right. And they just trying to assist us with this magical expansion. All right. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of these. All right. So again, the moral of the story was, look, magic sanctuary. All right. The forest is a magical sanctuary. If you need to let some shit go, goddamn me, go outside. All right. All right now. Look, still magic on the bottom deck. It's happiness. Yes. I reconnected to my happiness out there. All right, so let me just do. All right, Spirit. Is there anything in this deck you want to share? Is there any cards in this deck, Spirit? Thank you. I think I just skipped over one. My bad. Yes. Okay. Look, and it's got a rainbow on here. Look, miracles and renewal. All right, miracles and renewal. Now, I did speak about the the rainbows, but anyway, what I'm saying is, we're going through a renewal. Miracles do happen. Miracles are trying to happen in your life. All right, but this matrix that we walking away from ain't gonna make it easy for you. Spirit say you gotta have patience. All right, have patience and hold on to your joy. All right, yes, hold on to your joy. Transmute all that negative energy that's trying to stop you from manifesting true joy in your life. All right, manifesting your dreams. That's what we're doing right now. All right. All right. And everything that you've been through, everything that you learned, you've been purifying your body, your temple, your thoughts, all right? Your perception, all right? Yes, and it's leading to your happiness, all right? It's leading to your happiness. Yes, because I felt so happy. Like I said, I smiled like a mother when she said, are you okay? And I sat up and I'm just sitting there and I'm searching my body. I'm scanning my body and I'm just like, yeah. And I just had the biggest silly ass grin on my face. Like I said, when she walked away and I started getting up, I heard, get your ass up. It was the funniest shit. Oh my God. Anyway, that's my little funny story. And I just want to say that your spirit team wants you to have fun. They don't want you to be look, I got spiritual awakening on the bottom of the deck. I'm taking it say 1001. Spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity and heading in the right direction. All right. It says a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. What the fuck did I'm sorry, y'all. I just get so passionate. I get so passionate. And when I told you the spirit was when I was going back, after the lady had interrupted my crescendo, I'm going back and spirit say, hey, I just want to let you know everything ain't always gonna be sunshine and rainbows. All right, you're gonna have some rainy days, but just know the sun come out tomorrow. This too shall pass. And so that's what I'm sharing with y'all. Right, I guess I had to share the share that message or have the experience and share the message, so I can convey with my energy that the magnitude of healing, the miracle it created for me in that moment, being able to utilize my tools, all right, and achieve and renew my joy by transmuting, all right. I transmuted that energy so I can continue to manifest my dreams with through my purity, my purity of heart, no tainted heart, no limerence, those negative thoughts, I transmuted that so they wouldn't be clouding up my heart space. All right, stay happy. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope this helps someone. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for listening to my crazy story. Um, and let's see. What else? Was I supposed to say something else? It's 10:10 on the clock. All right. Um, 10:10 on the clock. We came in with 10:04. All right, and it's 10:01. That means something, y'all. That means I was lit. I paused because I was feeling something. I felt a little electricity. That's why I like. Let me look at my clock. 10:10 on my clock on my watch. 10:01 right here, and we opened up. Um, I think with the cards at 10:04 maybe. I don't know, but that's significant. So y'all might want to look that up. All right. All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. All right. Keep expanding. Keep pushing through your limits. Keep moving forward. All right. All right. Until next time.